yes, my friend. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing really good. I'm really good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm good, man.
All right, good. So we're getting ready to go live here.
Yes.
And as many of you may know, our goal here is to reduce financial stress. Some of you may know my guy over here to my left, Mr. Douglas Eze, and he's been doing the financial thing for over 20 years now.
20 years, man.
That's right. I'm a former fitness guy and converted to the financial side recently. Yes. And in my fitness thing, I used to help people reduce stress physically, and now I'm trying to help people reduce financial stress.
Nice.
That's a big deal, right?
It's a huge deal.
So welcome to this live stream, and I'm actually gonna be like a host, like David Letterman and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, man, you're doing a good job.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
On that.
So let's get into this. First of all, welcome everybody that's tuning in, and I have some questions about retirement. Retirement is coming, ready or not. It's gonna happen.
It's coming fast.
It's coming real fast. But there's been some misconceptions about how much do you really need in retirement. Right. So I'm going to look at, I have a couple of questions here. I have one study that is showing that most seniors or most people headed into retirement, when they think about the number, or I mean, when I say number, the money, how much money they should have, they're coming back and they're saying that they have underestimated the amount of money they really or truly will need, and they budgeted too low.
Right.
For that. And so some of the things, I'm just going to go through this.
Do you know why they budget too low?
Somebody told them that they
don't need,
you don't need as much.
Because we hear people, especially financial advisors, that tell folks that when you retire, you're going to need to retire with at least 80% of your income.
See?
So that's the first lie.
That's the first lie
that people are telling families. And folks believe that. And I used to do that before when I didn't know. When I first got started. Yeah. In this industry.
I heard it too. Yeah. It was like, hey, you don't need as much in retirement because you're going to be in a lower tax bracket and all those things. But the research is starting to come back right from the people. And what they're saying is, and I have a couple of stats here just to run off real quick. It says a newfound study shows that 37% of retirees say the overall retirement cost estimate turned out to be too low.
Too low.
Then this is a 2018... the source is 2018 Retirement Confidence Survey by Employee Benefit Research Institute. That's a mouthful. And so it says that when it comes to health care, now I'm sure that a lot of people don't take this into consideration. It says health care, 44% of retirees say they're facing higher costs than they expected when it comes to health care. And man, that's probably blowing them away.
Yeah.
They're probably thinking Medicare, Medicaid,
but health insurance. People don't think about that, because that doesn't go away. You still got to see a doctor. You still got to go to the hospital. You got to do all that.
And you're probably doing it more frequently,
of course,
as you get older.
Yeah. And that's why it's so important for us to take care of our body while we're getting older.
Okay.
And not only just living a healthy lifestyle, but at the same time, making sure you have a healthy financial lifestyle.
Now we're talking. Man, you did that pretty good. You came back on that really good with that financial fitness.
Financial fitness,
physical
lifestyle.
Fitness. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Matter of fact, that's my theme. I like to do that all the time, man. Is to see how that was my transition from physical fitness to financial fitness. It's the same thing. It's about reducing stress.
You got
and that's what I'm doing. Say, can I run through three things?
Yes, go ahead.
That retarees or people looking to get into retirement.
And please, folks, as you're watching this, share and like.
Yeah. Share and
like this post, because we're gonna share. I'm gonna educate and put some stuff here that's gonna really, really help you, help your family members, because. Man, how would you feel running around with a bunch of broke people at age 65? We don't want that, so we need to change that.
That's not a good look.
And the only way we could change it is by you helping them.
Oh man, that's good.
So share, like, this video. Do that for us. But go ahead.
You know what? We should put a challenge out. So we got the rest of this year. Maybe we should challenge to help 1,000 people or something like that.
Yes, that's a good challenge.
In the last quarter of the year. try to help 1,000 people change their financial situation going into retirement. So we'll do something like that.
Idea.
So I got like 3 things that people are assuming or not assuming properly.
Yes.
And one is, number one, they're assuming that they'll be spending less in retirement than when they're working. What do you feel about that?
They're assuming they're going to be spending
less in retirement than what they're doing right now.
Wow.
Any comments on that one?
Yeah, I mean, I have a whole lot.
Okay. Let me go to my the second one.
No. Let me address that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I mean, that's what we're talking about. Because people are thinking, when I retire, I'm going to be I wouldn't have as much expenses.
Right.
Although based on what we've been doing, that's why it's so important for people to come to our seminars that we do, which is the Get Out of Debt seminar that we teach. Because the whole point for us doing that is to help you get rid of all your debt prior to you retiring.
Okay.
At least get rid of all your debt. And now, if you're young and you're not in that age yet to retire, but you still have all these debts, student loan debt that you're thinking about that's going to grow with you to your retirement age. Well, why if we show you how to get rid of it now, and we teach you the principles of what you need to be doing on a consistent basis to make sure that when you do get to retirement age, you don't have to worry about that.
That's interesting. One of the things they noted here that when you retire, you won't be working, but you have other things like hobbies, spending time with the grandkids, traveling more, and sometimes in their financial planning, they're not taking in consideration those hobbies and those extra side things you're going to be doing more frequently when you don't have to go to work.
Right.
And so that was the first one. The second one, and I'm just going to go real quick, underestimating the impact of inflation. Underestimating the impact of inflation and what that has on the dollar. So you're budgeting one thing, but when that dollar hits your hand, it doesn't feel the same.
No, it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important. See, that's a very, very good topic, inflation, especially when it comes to our retirement. See, people don't think about that. See, 90% of all these financial advisors that meet with clients, they always tell you, hey, when you retire, you'll be on a lower tax bracket. Yeah. And they just focus on the amount of money. But then they don't think about what about inflation. What is the interest rate you're earning where you have your money at? And then how much would that dollar be worth?
Right.
So if you're telling me if I'm making $100,000 a year right now, and you've told me that I need to retire with at least 80% of my income, that's $80,000.
$80,000.
Okay, $80,000 today, 2018. How much would $80,000 be in fast forward 20 years from now, in 2038?
Probably like 50, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah, about 50.
So it's not. So the value of that dollar. I mean, think of how much we used to buy a loaf of bread.
Cents.
Right. Look at how much it is now. Right. Yeah. You know, milk. I mean, think about those things, folks.
Right.
And then fast forward to when you do retire.
Gas
so inflation is gas price.
Yeah.
Inflation is a big part of your retirement that you need to pay attention to.
And that was a good one. And finally, the last one, where we talked about Medicare, would that be enough to cover you? Is that really true? Underestimating those costs. And man, I think there was one more here that I wanted to go through.
Yeah,
and I'll turn that over to you to answer some more stuff.
I mean, you know, and one thing, especially for entrepreneurs, for business owners.
Yeah.
You know, I teach my business that for business owners, you shouldn't be doing things that everyone else is doing.
Correct.
See, a lot of folks, as a business owner, you shouldn't be looking at a 401k, solo 401k, IRA, You should not be looking at those things. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you need to be looking at other financial vehicles that we can help you structure to make sure, and not just that, but other ways to, one, minimize taxes for yourself.
Minimize taxes.
Because that's so important, but we'll talk more about it.
Yeah, but the last one for me that I had was underestimating the healthcare expenses in retirement. They say here a 65-year-old couple retiring now will need $275,000 to cover out-of-pocket costs for healthcare during retirement.
$275,000.
And that was a study done by Fidelity.
Wow.
So
most people don't have $100,000 in their retirement account.
No.
Because they've not. First of all, you got to answer the 4 I call it.
Let's do that. Yeah, you got 4 questions.
The
Okay.
4 most financial questions that most people don't ever think about. You know, do you know the answers to those questions?
Okay. And what are those questions?
One of them is, what rate of return do you have to earn on your savings and investment dollars to be able to retire at your current standard of living and have your money last through your life expectancy? What rate of return? What interest rate should I be making on my money?
Yeah.
Should it be 4, 8, 10? What is it? Do you know the answer?
Well, what do you think? Maybe they should put it in the
Type it on
type
there.
it in. What do you think? What
Type
do you
it on
think it
there
is?
for us. The second question is, how much do I need to save every month on a monthly basis, on an annual basis, to be able to retire at the current standard of living that I have today, or even better, and have my money last to my life expectancy?
Okay.
Because most people don't think about their life expectancy.
Uh-huh.
You know, most people don't even know.
Well,
You know, and then the other.
but you know what? Can I add to it?
Yes.
People are living longer now
Longer.
because the advancement of medical
Yes.
science.
Yes.
You know, you can have a heart attack today.
Man.
Next week, you back out on the golf course
Yeah.
because of technology. So
Yes.
you're living a lot longer than will you have enough money to continue that lifestyle?
You, yeah, exactly. And then the third question that you need to be asking, and you need to be getting these answers from your financial advisor, whoever that is. If they're not giving you the answers to this question, there's a problem. So the third question, doing what you're currently doing right now, how long will you have to work to be able to retire and live your current lifestyle to your life expectancy? What would that be?
Write it in the chat.
Write
Let
that
us
question
know
down.
how long. I mean, we're just
and
taking
then-
a survey.
Exactly. And then the other question, if you don't do anything different than you are doing today, how much would you have to reduce your standard of living and retirement for your money to last to your life expectancy? Is that what you wanted? Is this the reason you worked hard all your life? For 30 years you grind, you busted it out to reduce your lifestyle and retirement. Listen, all that hogwash that people tell you, you know, you need to cut out cable. You need to start eating ramen noodles. You know, I have a client, right?
I said I like ramen noodles.
I know, right? I mean, yeah.
But no, you don't want to have to cut
I
that
have
out.
a client. Check
Yes.
this out.
Mhm.
You know, she's a very successful attorney. She loves Starbucks.
Yes.
Man, every day.
Wow.
I did the math. I said, listen, you know how much you're spending? You know what she told me? She
What?
said, Douglas, leave that alone.
That's her thing.
Don't mess with my Starbucks
Right,
now.
right.
I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
See.
I mean,
That's
she said,
interesting.
I work hard for my money.
So why not indulge
I should
in something?
enjoy my money.
Right.
As long as I'm putting away what I need to
Right.
put away.
Being responsible.
Being
Yeah.
responsible. So, folks, listen. We're not that financial advisor that's going to tell you to.
No.
You need to start cutting out cables and all that. Because we know there's places that you're throwing money away right now that you don't even know you're doing.
Absolutely.
You know, there's areas of that people throw money away every month, every year that we found. Mortgages, taxes. I mean, I talk about taxes all the time. Why do you think the wealthy spend millions of dollars to hire a tax professional that will help them minimize taxes? And yet, you tell me you want to be a millionaire,
Right.
but you don't want to spend $1.
Right.
Or you don't even want to understand how to minimize your taxes.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
And
that we
taxes
can
is
solve.
very important as far
Man,
as
big time.
accumulating wealth
Yes.
and how much you actually keep, not how much you make, but how much you actually
No,
wanna keep.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
And then qualified plans. That's
Yeah.
another place people throw
Okay.
money away.
Okay.
401k, IRA, 403b, those accounts.
Now you're
TSP.
stepping on a lot of toes when you say that.
But I gotta be for
right.
real
You
with
got to
it.
be real. Okay.
I can't, sugarcoat this stuff, man.
Right.
Because that's why so many people are retiring broke.
Mm.
Because what is it? Why you work hard to retire broke? That's not what we want.
Right.
And then the final one, another one, college planning for their kids.
Okay.
You're putting money in an account that you heard all these people talk about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When there's other options. I mean, why are you taking your hard-earned money, putting it in prison for your kids to go to college? When there's solutions and other options that you could do.
Wow.
I mean, it's your money. It ain't their money. It's your money. You should never have to be putting your money in prison when you have other options.
So it's about messaging. I mean, you hear the same thing over and over again, and so if somebody believes it's true, then it is true.
Exactly.
So if somebody has a viewpoint on something or a stance on a way of doing things, and they can get the mic and they can just really keep pounding that's the way it should be done, then it becomes true in your life as well. So you have to kind of like be willing to step back and say, hey, maybe there's a better way. At least be open to hearing it, not being that person say, hey, I got it, I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah, I don't want to hear anything else.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
What happens, right?
Well, can you, by the way, show us like some examples of how that would work out?
So one thing that I do, right, and I spend thousands of dollars, finding solutions and doing things to help my clients.
Got you.
So let me bring up on my computer real quick. So let's bring this up. All right. So this is a 40-year-old. All right. Mr. I'm Good.
Mr. I'm Good. There you go.
You know
right
that
guy? I've heard of him.
You heard of him, Mr. I'm Good. I'm
you hear
good.
about that a lot.
All the time. I'm good, man. So this 40-year-old is good. He wants to retire at age 65. His life expectancy is 90. Wow. All right. He makes $100,000 a year. So he's good.
He's good.
Now, he also saves 15% of his income, $15,000 a year. That's how much he's putting away. So he's good. He's doing that. He's doing what he's going to do. He already has accumulated about $88,000 currently.
Okay.
All right. So what is this? Well, he's at a 25% tax bracket. We're going to use that. And we got to add inflation, 3%, because that's something we got to think about. And he also says, you know what, man? I'm making about 5% on my accumulation of my dollars.
That's conservative.
So, which is very, very conservative. Now, right here, when you ask, current lifestyle, after all the, because the IRS is going to take out $25,000 right away. They're going to take that money out. Now, he's walking away with $63,750. That's how much its take home is.
Okay.
So, Mr. I'm Good. What I'm gonna do is see how long would this money last when he reaches retirement. So let's look at that. So I'm gonna open up my screen real quick. Yeah. So we'll come here, and right here in the red, he has $1.2 million at age 64. So he built up $1 million at age 64. Good. Very good.
Yeah.
And when you see this number, $133,000, what does that say to you when you see that?
133,000, but he built up $1 million.
He built up $1 million. So now he's doing withdrawal. He's taking out withdrawal, 133,000.
So what does that feel like though? I mean,
yeah. When you see 133, that's how much he's taking out.
That's what. Okay.
Because now remember, somebody said you're gonna be on the lower tax rate. You don't need that. I was talking to a CFP. Oh, that's the call.
Man, you have to explain that to people.
Well, yeah. So, I was talking to this CFP, and I showed this example.
Okay.
She's like, oh, no, that's not possible. Gosh, wow.
Right, all that. Right.
I'm like, wait a minute. I said, have you thought about inflation on the money? See, 20 years from now, because this person is 40. At 25 years from now, when he's 65, he's going to need $133,000 a year.
Okay, that's what he's going
to live off.
Okay,
which is the $63,000.
So he's making the $63,000, but in order to keep his standard of living
he's going the money is like 133. Inflation.
Wow. Yeah, wow.
So 63,000 is going to feel like 133.
Okay.
And each year he's receiving 63. That's what, because remember, that's his current.
Absolutely.
We're receiving that amount, but every year based on inflation, that money is increasing. Now, how long would this money last? Oh no! Look at that. See the zero right here?
Oh boy.
Let me bring out my pen again. At age 82, his account balance is zero.
At 82.
82.
Still young, still living.
That's less than 19 years.
Yeah, got a lot of life ahead of him.
Of course he does.
Okay.
Unless he dies before then.
Yeah.
Yeah. He runs out of money. The only money left over for him to live off of is the Social Security money.
Okay.
That's the only money left over. and that's the $28,000 right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to last them to age 100. Social Security. So,
Gotcha.
And that's
something else. So wow. So he's outliving his retirement.
He's run out of money.
Okay.
And look at how much Social Security money would look like at that time. $7,000. That's the fill. $7,667.
That doesn't go a long way.
No.
That doesn't go a long way.
That's a problem.
And that's a year.
Yes.
Wow. So
yeah.
There's a situation here. Yeah, there's a situation here. There's a huge gap in what people are expecting to have happen in retirement and what's really going to happen in retirement if they don't, talk to someone and plan it better.
If you don't do something different,
yeah, that's interesting.
It's going to be tough,
man. So these kind of conversations always kind of like, I don't know, I like what I'm doing, but also I feel kind of sad at the same time because I know a lot of people aren't listening. And so it's almost like, man, I wish you would just be open-minded to some of the concepts that are out here that the rich and the wealthy people are using. Right. We marvel at them. When we see them, we say, oh, man, how are they able to not pay taxes? They didn't pay hardly any taxes. Right. And they're just following the rules.
They're following the rules, and they're understanding the rules, and they're using it. A lot of my clients that are successful business owners, they do not contribute to a qualified retirement plan.
They do not?
No.
Okay, could you say that one more time?
They do not contribute to a qualified retirement plan. That's the biggest scam in the world.
Okay.
Those accounts.
Okay.
Folks, yes, I know you have a full-time job and they've told you to put money in those accounts, but you do not have to do that.
Wow.
If you could even get your employer, because they get a tax deduction. When they match, they get a tax deduction for that match. So if you could say, hey, listen, give me that tax that match money, put it in my paycheck. Instead of putting it in a 401k, they're still gonna get a deduction for it because it goes as a salary to them. Tell them put it in my salary. Let me use that money and do something else. That's an idea. Wow. My educators, all you teachers, all you professors that are putting all your money in 403b accounts, you need to actually, you need to call me. Get on my calendar. Let's sit down. Let me show you because. You guys do a lot of work. You help so many people plan their future. And yet, a lot of you retire with so little money and the federal government taxes. I think teachers should get a break on retirement taxes. They shouldn't be taxed at retirement.
They do a lot.
I don't think any teacher should be taxed. Any professor should be taxed at retirement.
Wow.
But you know what? The government is so selfish. They won't do that.
That's a bold statement.
I mean, because they're the ones that teach the kids, right?
That's right.
They teach the kids. They do those things. And, of course, some of them are controlled teaching because they can't teach outside of
the curriculum. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. But still, they sacrifice. They deal with a lot of knucklehead kids.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
But they still do it because they love it.
And they love it. That's what I was going to say. They love it. They love doing it.
So I'm going to show you a way that you could retire tax-free. Tax-free.
Okay.
Just doing some strategies that is different. So you could go on my calendar.
Yeah, so you have that somewhere attached
I'll
to the link.
I'll post it on the link and just schedule an appointment with me.
You was talking about the teachers and how they love doing what they do. Yes. And I know you love speaking and educating people on financial literacy and just doing better with your money.
Yes.
And so, I commend you on doing that.
Thank you.
And let me make an announcement for those who like to do and see something live. Largo Financial Services, which is located here in Greenbelt, Maryland, will be hosting a tax-free retirement seminar.
Yes.
So that's going to be on August the 11th.
Yep.
Starting at 10 a.m. sharp. And It's going to be here at 6401 Golden Triangle Drive, Suite 115 in Greenbelt, Maryland. I invite you to come out and participate in that. It's free of charge. Just come in and be prepared to learn some eye-opening concepts as far as retiring tax-free.
Tax-free. That's awesome.
Man, I want to thank you again for coming on and taking a moment out of your busy schedule to sit down and share with people about these financial concepts and breaking the mold and stepping out and just being faithful in what you're doing. So we
We
appreciate
have
that.
to, man. There's a war going on,
Yeah.
and it's a battle that we need to cure.
Okay. Well, good.
So,
Good.
folks, thank you again. Take action.
Wow.
Share and like this video, and subscribe to my YouTube page. Subscribe to it so you could be getting some of this. Send me some topics that you want to hear about so we could
Yeah,
go
we
over it.
can do it. We can discuss it out for
Yeah.
you. That'll be good.
And send us some topics. I mean, this information is for you. All right, it's for you. I need you to empower yourself, empower your family, and just do better. There's a lot of opportunity for you guys. So thank you again for joining us this afternoon, this morning, this evening, wherever you
Wherever
watch
you
this.
are. Yeah.
All right, people.
Yeah, y'all
Thank
take
you.
care.
Have a great week. Bye-bye.